Well, if I'm not gonna lie, I'm not so satisfied, but I'm okay with performance because I just came back from US 2 weeks ago. And overall, I'm okay. I just wanted to finish my junior year, and I still have junior nationals, but I won't be here. So that's why I decided to compete in junior federation and finish my junior season
You have recently touched your PB again, I think,
this year. This year, but it was same in California.
Tell us about like how is your form going, how is your training going in USA, how's everything going there?
Well, overall, it's of course a different experience, a great experience, because I am very grateful to have such experience because, of course, we have a lot of competitions in India, but then it's different exposure when you go to US or anywhere else abroad. And in terms of exposure, in terms of competing with other athletes, it's very it's fabulous because you won't be able to compete with a lot of global athletes here, but you get to compete with a lot of global athletes outside in abroad. So that thing is really interesting. So overall, I think it's really going good. I just have to adopt. I just have to keep working and working. It's not going to happen in short time. It's going to take some time, and I have to keep doing brick by brick, step by step, and day by day. So it's going to happen. So I have to just be patient about that instead of just being, thinking that it's not happening all of a sudden. So yeah.
Like currently, Indian long jumpers are doing well. Shelly is doing good, NC is doing good, and Momita is also come up. So how do you think senior competition currently in India?
I think the standards of India is raising. It still has to raise. And I think overall seniors are doing really well. They're coming back again in shape, and they did a really good performance in Asian Athletics, which is fantastic. And I think they can still do more and more. And I love the competition. I love to watch them. I love to also compete with them. So I'm waiting for that. But then overall, I think they're fantastic. I'm waiting to compete along with them. So yeah.
You have won 2 medals in under 20 Asians. So will you be competing or any other event also, like other than long jump? Yeah, this season or in future?
For now, I think I'll just be sticking to one event because heptathlon needs a lot of work. It needs tons of work. And I think for now I'll just stick to one event because initially I'm a jumper, and in future also I'll be a jumper because heptathlon was just for overall development. That was not going to be my future event. But then of course heptathlon gave me a lot of development overall in terms of many aspects. So yeah, so that was a great leverage I had doing heptathlon till now.
Yeah, Sahana ma'am was there. So is that a pressure or a benefit for you?
Well, parents accompanying me is never a pressure. I'm always grateful. I'm always blessed because that's a huge leverage for me, them accompanying me, guiding me in terms of everything. And I never take that as motivation. I always take that as a motivation, never as a pressure, because of course a lot of people expect a lot from me. There'll be a lot of assumptions saying that yes, Sahana ma'am daughter will always perform good. She's gonna, keep stepping ahead. And of course I take that as a motivation. They expect from me because they think I'm good, and that's why I take that as a motivation, never as a pressure.
So there are dining table talks on sports like
not right now. Well, I'm away from home, so I'm on my own. Well, but a lot of times I think it's really good because it does not happen in every home. Not a lot of athletes get a lot of guidance at home. My mom and dad both are coaches. They're both athletes. They're experienced athletes. They're international athletes. So that way I get a lot of guidance, a lot of leverage, a lot of well-versed from them, which I have to learn. That way, I think I'm very grateful about that. I'm always grateful, and I will always stay grateful about that. And I feel I'm very blessed about that.
For this season, what are your targets, like your personal targets in numbers?
Well, in numbers, I'm not talking any numbers. I just want to keep going ahead because I don't have any certain target or certain numbers that I should be doing this. I think with my work, with my effort, with my training, I will be doing, great further and further. And I do have bigger targets which comes, when it comes to global competitions or any sort of nationals. But then I don't have any numbers in my mind right now, and I would not have numbers.
So for this season, you will be like looking for the worlds, anything like
Worlds Championship. Well, to be really honest, I am really keen about World Championship. I am very awaiting to compete in World Championship. I'm very awaiting to compete in Asian Games, Commonwealth Games. But right now I have to really prepare. I have to do a lot of work on myself, to work in a lot of aspects. There's some bits and bits which has to be changed, which has to be replaced. So that has to be done before I say that I'm ready for World Championship or any sort of global competition. So for now, I'm just gonna say that I am just competing domestically and training harder, working on my aspects, working on my skills more and more, rectifying a lot of small errors which I do. So that's the only focus right now I have.
You have competed in both, like in US circuit and in India. So tell us, like, what do you find the biggest difference in both circuit?
Well, US circuit, of course, it's way different. It's very different than here. You might get a lot of pressure at times because your college will force you a little. They might compel you to compete in a lot of competitions, but then that should be a great experience for you. Of course, it's Indian competitions are very different than US competitions. There we get to see a lot of global level athletes, a lot of pro athletes who, in terms of, for example, McLaughlin or Tara Davis or Anna Hall. Those are global level athletes, and competing with them, being in the same track where they are, is a big motivation, is a big aspiration, I think. So I think there's a lot of difference from that and here. Of course, a lot of good competitions happening in India as well. I'm not going to say there are not. But at the same time, competing with global level athletes and being in the same field with them is a different sort of experience, different sort of environment. There's a lot of crowd in the stands while I compete, and they support you, they give you a lot of cheers. I think that makes a lot of big vibe in you while you compete in US. So I think the vibe is very different in US and India.
Who is your favorite athlete internationally, or any, like, other than your mother? I know.
Okay. Right now, my favorite would be, well, Tara Davis. I think she's my favorite. She's fantastic. She is very iconic athlete, and Anna Hall also is iconic athlete because women to women, there's a lot of support. So that way, I think they're my favorite. Yeah.
Last question. So, what did Sahana ma'am said after today's performance?
Reaction? Yeah. She was okay. She wanted me to do a big PR. She wanted to see a big performance by me. But then at the same time, she knew that I was a little exhausted because it had been just 2 weeks I came back from US. So she was like, just enjoy and just compete, just do your thing, because she wasn't pressurizing me or anything, but I also wanted to do my best, but at the same time, I didn't expect so much. I just wanted to enjoy the competition, and that's what even she wanted me to do. And she wanted to come here, and she wanted me to do this last competition. She was like, just do this last competition, and you're done. And you don't have to do anything, just your last junior competition, and then you're all done. I think overall, yeah. The best part is that she'll always accompany with me wherever I go. And yes, I'm always best about that.
Will you be competing in senior circuit, interstate, or anything in India?
Well, I am planning to compete in interstate. Hopefully, I do get an entry. But then, same time, I would not keep that in my priority list, because right now I compete in a lot of competitions, and I competed in multiple competitions from Jan to May. So for now, it's good if I get entry for interstate. I might or might not, but that's not in my priority for now, because next year we have a big season. We have Asian Games. We have a few bigger competitions. So my target and my eyes will be for next year, because this year I'm just going to train and just do my thing and just enjoy and be myself and be kind to myself and be true to myself.
Last question finally. So you were putting a show there, and after your last jump you thanked the crowd. So tell us about that. Like, we never saw that thing in India. So how do you think tell us about that?
Okay, so yeah, after fifth jump I just stopped. I quit the competition because honestly I was very exhausted. I was quite knackered. So there were a lot of people, actually. There were a lot of people standing beside the pit, and they were cheering a lot. And I think it's like my thing to say them thank you, to thank every one of them, each one of the person who's standing and cheering for me and who are clapping for me. And that's like my gesture of saying them thank you in Indian way. Yeah.